Okay, Jaleel, check it now. Jaleel, check it now. It was on the wrong one.
Right.
Huh? Wi-Fi would be.
Oh, CBCI.
Yeah.
Boy, that's electronic lesson, man. We know it.
Live. Okay, the Imani.
Well, I can see that gentleman.
It's still saying.
That's a breeze. Like you say, if you have Wi-Fi, look up electronic. Get up in the cloud, steal that information.
You talking about on Facebook?
Yeah.
I see this on the Zoom.
Okay, you on the phone.
Let me see
It should be mm-hmm. You on?
Yeah, we're live.
No. Can you hear the sound?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You want to plug yours up,
Yeah,
Jim?
they canceled that football game 24 hours.
You can plug that right there. All right, peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. Sorry about all the technical difficulties.
It's all right.
Sorry about that. All right.
One thing about it, if man made it, you're gonna have some mistakes.
You're gonna have some mistakes. Actually, we are in the new year, and I call myself hanging out with people. Overdid it a little bit.
It's all right.
But nevertheless, I'm here, right?
Right.
Okay.
We made it. We made it. 2025.
Come on in. You wanna come in and have a seat?
$100 seats. Cheap seats in the front. There you go. There you go. Cheap seats. That's where you get them. That's where Baptist. That's
You
where
want that
Baptist.
seat, don't you?
Notice they were.
You want that seat, don't you?
That's my grandbaby.
Those your grandchildren? Really praise
My
the
grandbaby
Lord.
in law, almost.
Grandbaby on the way.
She put the pressure on y'all, brother.
Tight, man.
Don't worry about it.
Only fools rush in. Take your time. Oh, you looking good. Wow.
You got on.
Man. Yeah. Only fools rush in.
With that being said, that's an icebreaker. Technology.
I gotta do it.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute. Oh, she got to wait.
Before we start the program, this is Bishop coming in right now.
Amen.
I'm going to ask for the eldest members in the room.
Amen.
Yes. Well, oh, no. Did you say you were 8?
3.
Oh, yeah, you got it back up.
Well, now, I yield. I yield. I yield. Go ahead. You give them permission, Sister Green. Go ahead. 83. Got it right.
I don't have a cold.
June 10, 1928. She 28.
I am, either way, it's old. You can do either 76 or 67.
Good God Almighty. She had 76. I'm
Yeah, you got it.
We got this good doctor. Okay, good doctor. So we're going to ask. So for our new representatives in the House, we are going to ask the eldest member in the room for permission to start the program. And that's a symbol of respect, right? I mean, elders are speaking, or young folks who want to do one listen. My grandfather always told me, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. So you should be doing twice as much listening as you doing talking, right? And then he'll give me a nugget. You tell me don't go no business. All right, at the same time, okay, we're gonna pass it over to Reverend Trail Care.
You may begin, my brothers.
Thank you, so the elder response is right here.
Okay. Up the top, right there.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I'm asking for permission to speak.
You may begin. I don't see it, but you can begin.
Thank you, sir.
That's right. Go ahead. Right on.
Abarigani.
What's the
Imani.
news?
Imani. That means what?
What day?
Faith.
Hey.
Imani.
That's right. So that means faith. So we are down to the last day of Kwanzaa, but that don't mean the last day of practicing the principles of Kwanzaa.
Amen.
We carry out these principles all year round. This first day should really kind of take you into the new year to go all 2025 to be able to practice these principles every day of your life and watch great things coming for you, right?
Right.
We're gonna talk to the people in the cheap seats right now.
Amen.
We had a phenomenal session. Y'all hear it playing? So y'all only came to see Granny.
Amen.
And you and Axel, I know she be having you and Axel, NAACP.
You did that so. Come on that once. Oh.
You know, we trying to act funny in front of brothers.
Yeah.
Brothers don't love you, but God.
That's right.
Let me
Did
just,
that song
She
one.
got the album.
So we're gonna work on at the local level.
either way, we need y'all young folks in the mix.
That's right.
It's as simple as that. And I know y'all got it. I know y'all living ethical and productive lives. But though, we need you,
Man.
right? Y'all look like some young, brilliant young folks, right? So we're trying to build this business. And it's gonna take each and every one of us to do it. So we need to see more of it.
Man.
I'm just coming with Granny calls.
Sign in.
You gotta be the mix every day of your life. All right, I'm be tapping in with
I'm
the
great.
information. I'm be getting the information and I'm gonna be tapping in with them.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Faith is the first factor in the life devotion to service. Without faith, nothing is possible. With it, nothing is impossible.
Hey, that's it.
Faith in God is the greatest power, but great too is faith in oneself.
Hey.
To believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, teachers, leaders, in righteousness, and the victory of our struggle. That is having faith. It's having faith in your own quality. It's having faith in your own oneself. You gotta have faith in yourself before you can have faith in anybody else.
True.
But then even when you don't see faith, you got faith the size of a mustard seed. You just believe, right? That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
True.
You may not even know how you're gonna get there. What's the quote they say? That's believing in the stairwell without, what is it?
Yeah. I see it.
Yeah,
Leap of faith.
leap of faith.
That's right.
But you have to
Jump
have,
out there. That's what
jump
they
out
gonna
there.
do. Y'all gonna leap of faith.
Faith is taking the first step,
That's right.
even when you don't see the whole stair.
Mm.
You ever wake up in the middle of the night, gonna get your glass of OJ? You just wanna go, it's dark, you don't got the lights on,
Yeah.
and you just close your eyes and you go up the stairs. And y'all do that? Y'all do that?
Good light.
I know sometimes when I go, downstairs, upstairs, I'm going up, and it's just dark in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see the stairway,
Can't see it, but
but I know it's there, right?
step. That's
I
right.
know, and I'm walking up, right?
That's right.
That's what faith is.
Yeah. Stairway to heaven.
All right. So at this time, we are going to ask the good bishop.
Amen.
Open us up in prayer. And then
Praise
also,
the Lord.
Brother Liv. So if you two want to open us up in prayer.
Amen. Yeah, Bishop Jeff.
Is that Queen right there? Yeah. How you doing there, Mr. Queen? You all right? Glad to see you.
We come today, let us pray. Father, we give you glory, honor, and praise, and we thank you for your goodness and mercy.
Yeah.
We thank you that this is the day that you have made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. You said in all our ways acknowledge you, and you would direct our path. And you said without faith it's impossible to please you. Know that you are, and that you are the reward of those that diligently seek after you. So we seek you today for wisdom, knowledge, understanding, guidance. You are our hope, and we trust and believe in you. We thank you, Lord God, that you have given each one of us a measure of faith that we might go forward and be a success. Now help us to cultivate that, help us to increase that, help us to mold that and shape it into the things that will be pleasing and acceptable in your sight. We thank you for those that are here. We thank you for this opportunity to celebrate the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, that it is a lifestyle that is governed to order and guide our steps, that we trust and believe in you. And in your word, these principles are there. And so as we follow them and we follow you, and we unite as one, as one nation, as one people, and that we will help one another, we will love one another, we will trust one another, we will work together with one another, and together we will bring change and make a difference. This is our servant's prayer in the master's name of the one that I serve. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
We bow in a manner that's comfortable to you.
Brother.
I'd like to always repeat the refuge prayer.
Yeah.
We were taught to say it 7 times a day.
All right.
Because we need refuge from this world in the protection of God. Oh God, we seek thy refuge from anxiety and grief.
Yeah.
And we seek thy refuge from lack of strength and laziness. And we seek thy refuge from cowardice and ungodliness. And we seek thy refuge from being overpowered by death and oppression of man. Oh God, suffice thou we with what is lawful to keep us away from what is prohibited. And with thy grace and mercy, please have the ability to allow us to rise up to your understanding over our emotions and to be strong in the faith and let our works speak on the faith that you give us. Amen.
Amen. That's it. Refuge. Amen. We're going to need it at 225.
Right. Okay, so moving forward, we'll go with our national black anthem. Lift every voice and sing. Does everyone have the paperwork? There should be a sheet on the desk. So if you know the song, definitely stand strong. You get to learn. You got papers on the table. So at this time, we're going to call up our songstress, the beautiful Imani. Make some noise, y'all. All right. You can stand to your feet on this.
Amen. Got to stand up. Yes, sir.
Claire, you need one?
You ready?
Yeah. Excuse me.
I'm at the sheriff's light.
Here's another one.
Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening sky. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea.
Come on, y'all.
Sing
a
song
full
of the faith that the dark path has taught us. Sing a that the presence has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chancing round, felt in the day when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers died. We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered. Out from the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us back from the way, Thou who hast by thy might led us into the light. Keep us forever in the path, oh Lord, we pray. Lest I be stray from the places of God where we met thee. Lest our heart, drunk with the wine of the world, be forget thee. Shadow beneath thy hand, make me forever true to our God, true to our native land. Me and Reverend Trail girl was holding down for the bears on. Oh, that's right. Let them girls hit them high notes. Hit them girls hit their high notes. Let's give a round of applause for Mr. Juan Kerrigan for leading us every day. He does. Leading us every day and lift every voice and sing. That is our national black anthem. That is the song we sing. That's right. We are doing better. I got to give everybody a big shout out because you are getting those 3 verses. And we are sounding real good. Yeah, it's getting better. We got to go to the studio. Lay this down, huh? Bring it down, right? Great job, Lord. Great job. Amen. Amen. That's a beautiful lyrics. Yes, sir. Powerful lyrics.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Meaning words of the song. Lyrics. Yes, sir. Johnson Brothers. And once again, you know, Brother Roberts told us it was John and James Johnson who created that song that we sing today. All right? 2 brothers. Amen. The last day of Kwanzaa is the first day of the year, January 1st. Right. Historically, this has been for African people a time of sober assessment of things done and things to do.
a self-reflection and reflection of life and the future of the people and the recommitment at their highest cultural values in a special way.
Yes.
Following in this tradition, it is for us then a time to act and answer soberly
Yes.
and humbly
All right.
the three Kwanzaa questions,
Mm.
questions of life and struggle.
All right.
Who am I?
Who am
Am I really who I say I am?
Mm-hmm.
And am I all I ought to be?
Man, talk.
Those three questions you should ask yourself. Now, you got past New Year's like Eve. You done had your eggnog,
We made it.
a little wine,
Woo!
maybe a little tequila.
Good Lord.
But you want to go to sober and ask these questions, what's going on? I had a good time. The family got together. I told them too yesterday, man, I got to get up for Kwanzaa. I can't be fooling with y'all.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Cuz,
Come on, man. I ain't
Come on,
seen you know how it be. Brother came in town. Yeah, baby, I'm about to pick you up. No, you're not. All right, I'm about to pick you. You show up anyway.
yeah, show up anyway.
All right, I'm going to go out with y'all just for a minute. Right? Just for an hour. I got to get up and do responsibility. They ain't got nothing to do. They
That's
sleep
right.
now. They supposed to be here.
That's what they do.
I'm hanging out with these. Here I go, man, getting here at 3 o'clock. So I'm disappointed in myself.
Oh, that's all right. Don't be-
I'm disappointed because I know better.
don't be-
Mother will have a fit.
Hello.
Brother Robert called and texted, and I'm like, man, I got up. They all sleeping in the house and all this stuff. I'm like, man, this is terrible. I can't start the New Year's off.
Get on the,
So I'm taking accountability.
that's okay.
Right?
Shake it off. Shake it off.
Right?
Shake it off.
When I get home today, I'm gonna ask myself these three questions,
Yeah,
and I better have answers.
that's right. Yes,
So I encourage you all to ask yourself that too.
that's right.
And it is of necessity a time to recommit ourselves to our highest ideals. In a word, to be the best of what it means to be both
Yeah.
African and human.
Excellent.
In the fullest sense now, the idea on this day to maintain a quiet, humble, calm attitude with regards to oneself and towards one's neighbor.
Yeah.
It is thus a good time for reassessment and recommitment on a personal and family level. See, listen, these ain't your traditional New Year's resolutions that you do every year and we ain't even got you. We get, like, October, we ain't done none of that stuff we said.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go to the gym.
Oh,
How many times we said that? I've been saying that, I've been having this membership for 4 years. Probably been 4 times. And that's why a lot of you posting my stomach and saying that I'm getting fat.
I know.
And I'm like, you know what? So I had to do something about that.
That's right.
I'm not even gonna call it a resolution.
My
Just pop up at the gym.
Yeah, sure.
Read about just stand there and look at the mirror for an hour, right? I'm in there. That's what it takes. It's a mindset thing first and foremost. You gotta be in the mindset to be able to look past the things that you wanna do and get them done. Quit saying we're gonna do something.
Distraction.
Quit saying we're gonna unify, we're gonna do better in this community without doing the action that's gonna make it happen.
Preacher.
We ain't talking about it no more because we all about doing it.
Yeah.
2025, listen, they are coming for us and they're coming for us heavy. If we don't start looking at it for what we gonna do about it and change the scope of the trajectory of where we going as people, we're gonna find ourselves in a circumstance,
Yes.
a situation.
Deep. That's good.
So, with that being said, repeat this meditation after me. Let us not engage the world. Perfect.
Not engage the world.
Let us not gasp at the ropes of wealth and patience.
Let us not gasp at the wealth of the world. Patience.
That which should be treated with mature judgment.
That should be treated with mature justice.
Let us not deal within a state of anger.
Let us not deal with this state of anger.
When we arrive at a cool place,
When we arrive at a cool place,
let us rest fully.
let us rest.
Let us give continuous attention to the future.
Let us give continuous attention to the people.
And let us give deep consideration to the consequences of things.
Let us give deep consideration to the consequences of things.
And this because of our eventual past.
And this because
One day we are all going to leave this earth,
yeah,
whether, however, whatever, any day, right?
that's right.
And I was speaking with my mother the other day. She was talking about Revelation. She said, yeah, we are in the end of time. All the plagues, diseases,
Right.
wars is going on around you. One, I hope you're ready to be with the Most High.
Thank you. That's right.
You know what, Mom? You know, I am. To be honest with you,
You ready?
I'm ready. Sometimes you've been in trouble situations for so long, you're like, listen, whenever it comes, then I'm ready to go, right?
Right.
So regardless of any, let's be at a space where we do have our spirits in line.
That's it.
We'll reconnect with the Most High,
Believe.
right?
That's
Because
it.
at the end of the day, that's what we on this earth to do. You're not out here to have good jobs and high salaries, doctors and all this. That's extra stuff, right? It's to serve the master. And that's what we should be thinking about when we really out here finding purpose. Because if we do that, then trust me, he will guide the steps.
Amen.
That's what's really going on. We not be concerned with all this worldly stuff going on around us.
Distraction.
Trying to be down with the Jones.
Dude.
Trying to be in the mix.
Yeah, buddy.
Life will be much different. So let's engage in that. While we close out Revelation, like Mama said, let's be sure that we got our hearts and our spirits
That's it.
aligned.
That's it. That's it.
Okay? All right, well, we're going to do a lighting candle ceremony, right? You know what time it is. You know, this was a beautiful display, and I'm glad that, you know, I know it's looking a little. All right, it's all you got to do is this. It's all right.
Break one up. You melt it down, make more candles.
You know what? You can too. Maybe we do that for either way it goes.
Recycle.
Right.
Well, we see what we can order now.
Thank you. Yeah, we got a whole year. Either way, this is a beautiful display. That's why I really want to not like it, but you can't do that. You gotta go through the process. Okay, so the black candle represents what? Unity. Unity.
Sir.
What is the word for unity? It's a flash black reflection. What's the word for unity? Umoja. Umoja represents unity, and the black candle represents us, black people all around the world, because we got to unify first and foremost. This red candle represents what? Blood. The blood is sacrifice of your ancestors, right? This is a sacrifice. This is the blood that's in the soil, that's been dripping, that's dry for the last 500 years, right? You are a part of that nature. You are a part of that clique. You are a part of those descendants, right?
Yeah.
Those who chose to live. This green candle represents what?
Prosperity.
Prosperity and progress. See, after the struggle, right, money. After the struggle comes progress, right?
Amen.
You say you got to struggle forever. That's never the case, right? There's a lot of rags and riches stories that go on every day.
Amen.
But we don't have to live like the struggle. We don't have to live in the struggle all day. We do want to live prosperous.
That's it.
We do want to live in a clean situation.
True.
You want to live financially free.
That's right.
I don't think we should be bounded by financial and capital anyway.
Yeah,
We should be able, we got natural resources all on the earth, all in the world, right? Everywhere you go. Different countries got different things. If we just work on a barter system, everybody be straight.
Yeah.
Right? We gotta have no money.
That's right.
It's supposed to be natural. We supposed to be living off the land. And that's afforded to everybody. Nobody should be homeless, especially in this country. Nobody should be homeless. Nobody should be poor. We shouldn't be living at the bare minimum. None of that. That's a system that they created. When we was coming to Africa, we had people, when we was aboriginals here, we didn't use none of that system. We didn't use the finance system.
No, that's right.
Everybody was a part of the vibe. We was actually socially active.
Right.
If you was growing yams and beans,
There you go.
we got the fruit.
That's right.
We gonna swap it out. Everybody eat those.
That's right.
That's how life is.
Sugar.
We got caught up in all this nonsense. We want to be able to use money. You don't have to keep folks poor and destitute. Now you know what I'm saying? You stole all the gold. It's not even important to us no more. They got it over there in England somewhere. And this is terrible.
Amen.
They done took all our resources from Africa, ancient Kemet, and now they wanna act like they done done something, like they done produced this, right? The only mineral that's found in your phone can be found in the Congo Republic. That's the only place where everybody got cell phones. That's the only place where that mineral is found. So them people in the Congo should be super wealthy.
Should be.
But instead, the British colonize them and they taking over all the resources. Ain't that a shame?
Yeah.
You'll come to somebody else's country, take over their resources, they benefit from it. They'll put them to work, slavery, right?
Shit.
If I was every Congo, we rise up against that. I love what they doing in Kenya.
Yeah.
I love what they do.
Yeah.
I love what they doing in Ghana.
That's good.
They have reading out all the colonists, all the information that they did, even the little white hats they used to wear, the little chambers, right? They dropped all that stuff.
Yeah.
They waking up, folks.
Right.
They taking back their culture, they taking back their heritage, right? And they being who they really are. You gotta appreciate it. Okay, so with that being said, I'm gonna light this 7 candle. And it's unfortunate because this is the last day of Kwanzaa.
True.
As far as the principle of days go. But this is not the last day that we practice Kwanzaa.
All right.
And I got faith that we're gonna follow through.
Amen.
I have faith, even if it's just a small bit of faith, right?
Say.
I got faith we're gonna follow through this year. I know we're gonna do something amazing. I know we're gonna do something amazing. Right? Because I believe in it. I believe in it. I believe in the system. The new values of government that's gonna predict and guide our lives. So, that being said, I'm gonna like this.
Amen. Imani.
I like these. You like what?
Yes, yes. 7, okay. 7 stands for complete. Complete.
Right. You wonder why it's 7 days a week?
3 and 7, yeah, complete.
7 principles of Kwanzaa.
7, isn't that something? 7.
It's something about 7, right?
The number for complete.
For complete.
That's right. Number 3, 3 and 7. I was born on the 7th day, the 7th hour,
Come on now.
by a midwife. Yeah.
We have a doula. Midwife and a doula, 2 doulas. A midwife and 2 doulas.
Well, I don't know, I just heard a midwife.
The doulas were.
Oh, okay. Doulas, they help out the midwife.
Okay.
Like this.
That was grandma and
Grandma and
auntie.
auntie.
They couldn't afford no doula.
I got you.
They couldn't take me to the hospital.
Okay, I'm gonna pass it on. Pass it on to my brother. So,
We praying for you, sister.
you all right, sir?
Yes, you just have a little setback.
All right, now, at this time, this is the part where we do libations. We honor those that came.
Hold on, let me give you this. Oh, so look, I definitely want to say a big shout out to everybody who presented, people who did a feature presentation, played a part in this whole process. Give yourselves a round of applause.
All right.
I definitely want to give a special thanks to my brother, Mr. Hubert Naeem Baba.
All right, Wakanda.
Always standing in the gap, right? And that's what it's gonna take. So definitely, man, give them plants. You're not giving flowers.
Plants.
Plants, because those still living. At this time, I want to pass it on to Mr. Hubert Naeem Roberts.
Right. So right now, this is part of our presentation is libations. Why we do this, we honor those that went passed on, our ancestors, and also we do a segment also where we honor those that are with us today. So I'm going to ask my niece to come up, Dr. Niece to come up,
Amen.
and I'm going to ask Mother to come up. Come on. Hang on with
you on the spot, ain't you? Come on now.
Now you know what's going on. You know what's going on. That is stop. So the process here is, mother's gonna have the cup and she's gonna pour into the other cup. And what we're gonna do, guys, once we call out names of those that are ancestors that have passed on or transitioned, we're gonna pour libations and say Ashe at the end of each one. So just call out some names, guys, and we'll go through this process. Let's go.
Ada Threll Care.
I say.
Hey.
Mother E. Hilda Long.
Ashe.
That's the family Lockhart.
I say.
Pearl Hill.
I
Ashe.
Lottie and Jesse Glenn.
Ashe.
Yanis Muhammad.
Ashe.
Captain Blake.
Ashe. Ashe.
Tendaki Ganges.
Ashe.
Rail McCollum.
Ashe.
Robert Williams.
Ashe. Ashe.
Malcolm X.
Ashe. Ashe.
Lamar Mitchell.
Ashe. Ashe.
Willie Harrison.
Ashe.
Come on now.
Ashe.
Still in the Mary Little Down.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Deacon Queen. Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe.
Sylvester Broom.
Ashe.
Dr. Frank.
Ashe.
Dr. Martin.
Lucille Webb.
Ashe.
Okay, thank you. And now this portion, we're going to call out those that are here with us,
Come on now.
that are doing things that are amazing, that you connected with, or that you know. And we want to make sure that we're giving each other's plants, because plants are living as opposed to flowers are dead. So now you want to call out those people in your family members, loved ones, or anyone that you may know that's in your heart. We want to honor them. We want to always make sure that we're encouraging each other. Like we said before yesterday and all through this week, our goal is to make sure we are sparking the minds of each other.
Yes.
That we are constantly giving each other hope. That we are encouraging each other and motivating each other.
Yes.
And being that example is going to make a difference in each other's lives. And getting away from this thing that is just mine, and we're getting back to the universal and the community element that we need to foster in our community and amongst one another.
Yes.
So right now, call out those people that are living,
Come on now.
that are living, that you know, in your family or not in your family. Start off, let's go.
Reverend Sharon Sapp.
Ashe.
Brother Hubert Roberts.
Ashe. Ashe. Ashe.
Dennis Muhammad.
Ashe.
Claire McLean.
Ashe. Ashe.
Dr. Sarah Bell.
Ashe. Ashe.
My boy. Rochelle Threll Care.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe.
We're just there together walking through the door.
Oh, that's the door. Ashe. Ashe. Ashe.
Christopher Swanson.
Ashe.
Sister Wilborn. Ashe.
Ashe.
Thank you, sir. Amen.
Ashe.
R.A. Rutherford.
Ashe.
Ashe.
The second.
Ashe.
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 Dr. Tiffany.
Ashe. Ashe. My sister Nyla Roberts. Ashe.
And all those that are in this room that.
Ashe.
Alligators.
The children.
All right, Ashe. Okay, in this action that we just did, you saw that we had our season and also our youth. And that's the whole connection that we must have in our community, where our elders are working with our young people and our young people are working with our elders. Because that is the energy that we must have amongst ourselves. And that's how we need to be moving forward. We're not afraid of one another. We're not afraid of one another. And that's how we rebuild our community. We must remember, we were the first people on this planet. Everybody comes from us. Everybody comes from us. So stop being ashamed to be black. Stop being embarrassed.
Yes.
And so when you look at these other communities and everything that's going on that others are doing, we did it first.
We did it first.
Remember that.
That's right.
We did it first, guys.
That's right.
And we allowed ourselves to become genetically modified, that we are the human beings that we are in this country. And it is, a lot of it is based on our fault.
That's
We're
right.
not doing some things collectively that we should have done. But that can all change. Thank you, my leaders. Thank you. Y'all give them a hand clap. Easy.
Black superintendent, black teacher.
So when you guys think about the essence of libations and the importance of that, has always been part of our African culture, as far as connecting the flow of energy in the universe and everything that's around us. That is at the core of who we are. And again, what we are working to bring back into our understanding, into our DNA.
That's it.
Into our DNA. Because remember, we came over here. We were not immigrants.
Right.
We were forced.
Say that again.
We were already doing amazing things.
Already.
Anybody know Master Musa?
Yeah.
Again, Master Musa, the richest man ever in the history of mankind. Even his brother, Akbar, what he did.
All right.
Back in 1312. And again, went out on a voyage and took 3,000 ships, guys. He took 3,000 ships now. And just went out just to go hang out in the world.
Wow.
Then he come back. Then he went back out and never was heard of again. And again, it's that history that we need to understand.
Wow.
Because how do you think we got South America and we got the Olmecs?
All
Anybody
right.
know who the Olmecs are?
Yes.
The South America guys?
I hear you.
That's who we are. We're connected to the Olmecs. The Aztecs.
That's right.
See, again, those are the things that is most important, because if history was not important, they would not be doing all they can to destroy history in our classroom, in our educational system.
Yeah.
So that is what's being done on purpose. And down in Florida right now, what they're doing on Saturday, they have taken our black history out of the school system. What many of those communities, black communities, are doing in Florida right now, they're having black history on Saturdays at local churches, guys. That kind of commitment, and some of Pastor Delcare and some our seasoned community people may remember back in the day how they would sit around different wood stoves and all those kinds of things, just dedicated to learning. Dedicated to learning. Didn't have no cell phones and all those kinds of things. But they were dedicated to learning in those little buildings.
That's it.
In those little houses, makeshift churches, out in the woods, because they couldn't meet together. Because if you met together, you would get killed. It was that kind of engagement that we were engaged in, and we have to get back to. Right now, we're going to go into our litany. We're going into our litany. And again, the instructions on this, we had fun with it yesterday. Isn't it amazing how yesterday, how food, we had about 75, 80 people here. Food.
That's right. The food brought them up, but now the Kwanzaa brought them up, but the food was the
Hey.
That was a beautiful
It's
thing.
amazing.
And then nobody didn't want to leave. That's a beautiful thing.
That was the longest we stayed. We know
Yeah.
we got out by 5, it'll be 4, 5. but everybody kicked it, we was here about 6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, hanging out, eating, man.
So maybe next year we can do like something small leading up to the feast every day.
Yeah.
We can maybe, we can do like a little meal, something like.
Something like.
We didn't want to put the pressure on folks this time.
Yeah, something like.
Amen.
Okay, so the instructions here is, again, I'm gonna call out, and then you guys are gonna engage in the response and in the refrain. We're gonna have our little soldiers. We're gonna enlist our little soldiers back today. Dr. Z is in the house, Wakanda. Wakanda, come Dr. Z! Dr. Z is here! He is in the house!
Hey, she on the field today too now.
Huh?
You gonna come up front and say a few words?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Come on now.
Yeah, we're gonna put some bells and whistles on that chair though. I got some plans for that chair this year. Yeah, I decorated a little bit last year. I put some chrome on it last year.
Yes, you did.
I want to put some lights on it this year.
All out.
Yeah, we put some lights on that chair.
Right. You know, wear a little hood cap.
Yeah, man, put some hub caps on it. Hey, we gotta get her when she back up. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
She talking about Lord.
It's lean. On the rooftop.
Dig in, man. Oh, look at that.
See?
Oh, here we go.
My diamonds on the mirror.
Oh, look at that.
Stop. That's old school.
All right, guys, so I'm gonna call out, and then the, how we proceed is you guys gonna respond.
So when I say the response, so Brother Robert's gonna do the call.
Call out. One.
We'll say the response together. So I'm saying, you repeat after me.
That's
Got
it.
All right.
And then also we're gonna bring in our nephew.
Nephew.
Come on down, look. Let's give some noise for this young man who
Yeah.
Hey.
We got 3 generations about to do the litany right now. Right?
3 generations.
You got the future, right? The present, and then our historical past, right?
Come on.
You got all 3. That's a perfect union right there.
Perfect.
So that's the continuity. It's gonna continue to keep going. We're not gonna miss a beat. Right, my friend? You're gonna be stepping up in the future, right?
Yeah.
Say it.
Knowing and seeking the power of the Spirit, we come giving reverence to the divine creation, incomprehensible, holy mastery. We come recognizing our ancestors and pledging our lives to this great work.
Yes. That's it.
To walk.
To walk a righteous path.
To walk a righteous path.
To do great work.
To do great work.
To build a field of love.
To build a field of love.
That will help transform the world.
That will help transform the world.
We are going to do it.
We are going to do it.
Yes, we're going to do it.
Yes, we're going to do it.
We're going to set this whole world on fire.
We are going to set this whole world on fire.
What kind of fire say?
What kind of fire do you say?
Fire of love.
The fire of love.
We come knowing the spiritual and intellectual quest is only relevant if we change the human condition that we face, erase the burden that we carry, and bring peace to this chaotic world. Thus, we proclaim that
Faith without works is dead.
faith without works is dead.
And intellect
We are going to set this whole world on fire.
What kind of fire
What kind of fire
you say?
do you say?
The fire of love.
The fire of love.
We embark on this journey, this African spiritual reclamation journey, in order to rejuvenate our soul, to rededicate our total being to the liberation of ourselves and all people. This journey will serve as a symbolic reminder that we must constantly strive to walk a righteous path, constantly reclaim our faith, and daily renew our spirit. We go knowing that we shall be victorious forever.
There is no limit to God's power.
There is no limit to God's power.
No end to our ancestral wisdom.
No end to our ancestral wisdom.
And no force that can keep us down.
And no force that can keep us down.
We are going to do it.
We are going to do it.
Yes, we're going to do it.
Yes, we're going to do it.
We're going to set this whole world on fire.
We're going to set this whole world on fire.
What kind of fire you say?
What kind of fire do you say?
The fire of love.
The fire of love.
I say.
We come honoring our spirit of our individual families, known and unknown by name. Call out to the names of your ancestors, whom you remember.
I say.
We
promise to assume responsibility.
We promise to assume responsibility.
To build upon the foundations you have laid before us.
To build upon the foundation you have laid before us.
For we believe,
if
it is to be,
it
is up to me.
it is up to me.
The me who will be free, is we.
We're going to do it.
We are going to do it.
Yes, we're going to do it.
Yes, we are going to do it.
We're going to set this whole world on fire.
We are going to set this whole world on fire.
What kind of fire you say?
What kind of fire do you say?
The fire of love.
The fire of love.
I
Stay.
Come on now.
Come on now. Nephew said, listen, I don't need no favor.
I don't need no favor.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this. President Douglas. What President Douglas do?
Come
He
on.
sold out.
He sold
He
out.
went up in Albany, New York.
He
He
sold
said,
out.
ain't no independence.
Come on
Ain't
now.
no independence.
None of that.
This ain't my independence.
Not at all. Come on
Holla
now.
at me.
Come on now. Make some noise, y'all.
They can take the paper and it might blow away, but they can't take it from here.
Come on,
Come on, Queen. Come on now. Come on now.
Come on. You know something. You know something.
Can you share his name?
Come here,
Come here, yeah.
Go on in front of the camera.
Come on, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, nephew.
Go on in front. Go on, Mr. Roberts, and introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself.
Say your name, your full name, how old you are, what school you go to, and what grade you're in.
Holla at me.
My name is Wilma Bay.
Babe.
How old are you?
8 years old, and I go to Detroit Bears Academy in
What grade you in?
2nd grade.
Come on, man.
Come on.
I said.
Stay up here. Bishop Money.
Yep.
Come on, young people. I need my young people.
All the young people in the house.
If you ain't paying the bill, if you're not paying the bill, get up here. If you're not paying the bill, get up here. What's up, Nathan? If you're not paying the bill, if you don't own no mortgage, are you paying the bill? You paying the bill? You paying the bill?
No, man, the bill is brother.
Can I get your DNA? You paying the bill, brother? You know the woman gonna say it.
Make sure y'all grab hands now. Grab hands.
Make a circle, make a circle, make a circle, make a circle. Wonderful. Good evening to each and every person. This is an opportunity that blesses me as much as it blesses the children.
That's right.
And I want you to know that we have the power and authority to speak those things that are not as though they were. And so we need to prophesy over our children every day, every day. And so, Ms. D got on me the other day.
Come on, hey.
Because I didn't put them in a circle.
Come on now.
And a circle is unending, that we're connected all the way around. And that's what it is in unity, that we represent the 7 principles, that we are connected.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to continue to connect, not just 7 days of the year, but every day. Every day. As we connect with our children and connect with our youth, connect with one another, we begin to grow and prosper and be that we were ordained and appointed to be.
That's right.
And so, as we join in the circle, we're gonna bless these children.
Yes.
Today is the day of faith.
Mm-hmm.
And on last night, as we watched the old year out and the new year come in,
Right.
the Lord spoke and said the only way we're gonna make it is through prayer.
That's it.
So we gotta pray one for another.
All right.
You want me to say that?
That you have support. You gonna do your thing.
Oh, okay, because I can't see that.
Okay. you got the spirit. You got the spirit.
Okay, so, as long as we in a circle, you don't have to hold hands now, because we're gonna touch your parents. Those of you that are watching, please gather your children and bring them in close so that we can bless them also. See, one thing about spirit, we can go to the uttermost place. We don't have to be in the same room.
That's right.
You might have children in other countries, in other states, in other places. You might have children incarcerated. But I want to let you know that you can speak over your children wherever they are. That they can have a heart change and a mind change. A renewing of their mind. And so, we touch our minds, our heads, our brains.
Yes.
That where it absorbs everything.
Yes.
And today, as I touch the brains and the minds of these children,
Yes.
that they will utilize
Yes.
the fullness and the potential of their thinking.
Yes.
I touch their ears, that whatever they hear, their ears are a gate into their soul. Come on, touch your ears. Touch your ears. Amen. Touch your ears. That it is a gate into your soul, and those things that go in that will penetrate will not bring you harm. But it will bring wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And you'll be able to discern what is good and what is bad. Touch your eyes, that what you see, that enters into this gate, as it penetrates and goes into this gate, that it will bring health. It was that what you see, that you can have. And those things that you see that are not good for you, be able to discern the good and the bad. Touch your nose, the fragrance, and the sense to go into your innermost being.
Yes.
Will bring healing.
Yes.
They say they lift incense up as our prayers going up. And so the fragrance of our prayers that will enter up and go up and reach our Father. I touch your mouth today. The gateway into your soul.
That's it.
That whatever goes in will not bring you harm, but will bring life and abundance. That and whatever comes out, there will be faith words. Words of faith, power, and authority. I touch your hands. I touch them and I lift them up. That whatever your hands find to do, that it will be good, that it will be prosperous, that it will bring good health, that it will not bring harm, that it will bring protection to you.
Yes.
And that the other hand that you touch, that you will lift them up
Lift them.
and not tear them down.
Say.
Now y'all got to touch our feet.
No. Touch your foot, sister.
As we touch the feet of these children, I touch them in the spirit.
Yes.
That the path that they travel would not be the broad way, but it will be the narrow way, because broad is the way to destruction.
Yes.
And narrow is the way to life and health and success.
Yes.
That they will not try to get with the in crowd and try to do what the Joneses and everybody else will do, but they will lead out with their feet.
Yes.
And be leaders and not followers. That they will command the path that they go through.
Yes.
And will not be distracted and tossed and driven and gone to the broad way. Trying to be with the in crowd. Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Right here.
Touch your heart.
Oh.
That you know pure love and sincere love and true love. And there are some hearts that are yet young and have been broken. That those that have been broken, that they will be healed. That they will know what real and sincere love is.
That's right.
True love. Because what comes from the heart will reach another heart. And so we'll let you know that love is all around you. Pure and sincere love.
Yes.
And we gather in the circle today to let you know that we are one, that we are connected on every side. And there is nothing that can break a circle.
Yes.
That we are in love, and let your children, your children's children.
Oh, Lord.
And these are all our children. So we got to love them. I thank God for the village.
All right.
That will raise up a nation. That will obey and will succeed through faith. God bless you is my prayer.
All right, parent. Hey, Bishop, did you, Bishop, Bishop, did you tell the children to come down and hug their parents?
I said after they hug me.
Okay, go give a pop.
Okay.
Pop. Go give Miss Mama.
And you know, the act of hugging, why? That's something that some of you guys may remember back in the day. We greeted one another. How you doing, brother? How you doing, sister? We didn't greet each other negatively ever back in the day, guys. And then what we always done is, why is the importance of a hug? A hug is essential because that's heart to heart. That's your heartbeat connected to another heartbeat, which is universal order, guys. And so again, when you look at the transition of our history in this country, how we have been genetically modified to behave outside of our natural being, guys. And again, this is something that we must be mindful of. This is what we need to rebirth in one another, and again in our community. We have a program where we're engaged in greeting students at 6 schools right now. We're going to start next week. Where we're going to be next week?
I got the check. You got the checks.
International Academy. We're going to do International Academy and Eisenhower. We start up next week. And why do we do it? We do it because we're making sure that we're doing our best to engage our young people with a positive word in the morning. When they get off the bus, when they step into that school, we are there to lift them up, to celebrate them, to breathe life into them, because a lot of times, many of them don't never hear, I love you, I'm proud of you, I need you. They never hear anything that's going to celebrate them and give them a sense that they belong and they have a purpose. They have a reason. All of our children need to have a reason. A reason, and they need that example, and they need that encouragement. So our program, that's what one of our programs that we are engaged in. I'd like to do a disclaimer right now because we did not mention Ray Bonds, the young 17-year-old that was murdered by Michigan State Police, shot in the back of the head. He wasn't doing anything wrong. And again, this kind of behavior that has been indicative of this country from day one. again, we've always understand that when you think about the slave patrol, slave patrol is the forerunner to the police system.
That's right.
Even at one time, even when you think about the peony system, they had a peony system. And it even goes back to ancient time when you go back to Caesar, give unto Caesar what is Caesar, they had debt prison. They had debt prison. If you owe debt, you would go to prison for owing debt, guys.
True.
So all that stuff has a history, but when you step back to the Kemetic people, we didn't have none of that going on
None of that.
in our culture. None of that was going on. Like the brother said the other day, when you had something going on in the community, you sat with the elders. And the elders got together and made sure they took care of the situation.
Right.
Wasn't no murders and all that stuff jumping off.
Yeah.
Because nobody wasn't running around with no Gucci bag or having a Fendi and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff wasn't going on.
Right.
And just because that stuff is going on today does not mean that we have to celebrate that or participate in it.
That's right.
So again, I want to make sure that we give reverence to Mr. Brooks, that was brutally murdered by 13 correction officers in New York the other day.
Come on now.
And not one of them has been charged with murder. They brutally murdered them. I spent 17 and a half years in Michigan plantation system. I went to almost 48 different plantations in the state of Michigan, and there were times when the Michigan corrections facility officers would try to do certain things that was unacceptable.
Yeah.
Many times we were invited. I was in Hope for 9 months at one time for a situation where officers, because especially up north in Kinross, they have a system up there where they have no accountability.
Hold on.
So once you go up there, a lot of times black people disappear.
Yeah.
Because their loved ones, it's hard for us the loved ones to go up there and stay connected to our loved ones.
Right.
So they have a system up there where they can be totally brutal. And again, what happened to Mr. Brooks the other day in New York? Again, when our community is not engaged in the liberation of all of us, how are we having football games or basketball games and this kind of brutality going on in our community? That young man is part of our family.
That's right.
That young man is one of us.
Yeah.
And again, not this fella, he was in prison. He was in prison for a drug charge for 12 years. He had a drug case. Not murder or whatever you guys want to demonize somebody over, but for a drug. And a lot of times when we think about what's happening in our community, it's about resources and opportunities. Drugs was intentionally put into our community.
Yeah.
Our community was intentionally redlined. Our community, many people came up here from the South and living in tents down by General Motors and Buick. And even when you think of Durant and Cadillac and Curly and Robert T. Longway Boulevard, Robert T. All those people, when y'all see those statues downtown, when y'all go downtown, those were carpetbaggers. Those were industrialists. Even Mott, Charles Stewart Mott, in 1937, said, kill them all. When they had to sit down strike, Charles Stewart Mott said, when they brought in the scab, when they brought in the police and everything, because the guys took over the plant.
That's right.
They took over the plant.
That's right.
And Charles Stewart Mott was bringing in some goons, and he said, kill them all. That means workers, kill all the workers. So this is the mentality that you have still today with my foundation. So don't never get that twisted.
Don't get it twisted.
So again,
Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it
They
twisted.
said kill them all. That was black and white, men and women.
Black and white, men and women. And again, always reverence to our elders to correct us. And again, that's something that we must always remember, that we all are connected. And that's what I'm really trying to say, guys. If you're not going to be able to escape the Grand Blanc, you're not going to be able to escape to the moon. You're going to have to deal with this planet, guys. And this is the planet that we have, and we have one another. And we need to work on not being ashamed and scared of one another. And then really, really double down on working with our young people.
Come on now.
We really got to renew a sense of purpose and direction, because many of our children are on these phones, don't have a clue, don't care, don't speak to you. I mean, one thing that really pissed me off about children, when they don't speak, Hey man, I be wanting to lay hands on them. Yes. Because I got children in my own family, and they know how I'm laying. If you and just because some parents would say, well, you supposed to speak to them. Now, if I'm 68 years old and you 13 or 17, how does that work? Yeah. That don't work to me personally. I mean, your guys may roll differently. And I think children sometimes have to have encouragement sometimes when they don't hear you. You have to have a device, or maybe you have to do some things like you take phones away, or you do something different so you can encourage them to be able to have some boundaries, because our children have to be taught. All of us have to be taught, guys. You don't have a blank sheet of paper and you say, well, just finish the problem. You got to give me some instructions about how am I going to finish this equation. And I've got to be taught from 2 years old, 3 years old, all that kind of stuff. All of us had to be taught, guys. It just didn't fall out the sky on us. So we all have had to be taught. So please keep the Brooks family in your heart. And we need a commitment in our community to justice for Rayvon Shaheed, because
Yes,
we
sir.
haven't released any of the footage of his murder. They have Dana Nesso, the Attorney General in this country. We need to
Call it out.
flood her her email. We need to go and sit out in front of her house.
That's right. Yeah.
Because it's unacceptable. They have not shared any information about the murder, the sister's murder. They hunt this little brother down, 17-year-old. That's your grandson. They just hunt this brother down like that. The state police, again, is running rapid in our community because we don't have a city government. We don't have a mayor, we don't have a council, people that cares about this community, because if it did, we would be made whole from the water system. That's why we are lavish stock around the nation. I've been to other states. I just got back from South Carolina and Atlanta. And it's sad, some of the conversations some people are having about flame. People go onto these different YouTube devices for fun and games because of the way we're behaving. Or some people are behaving. It's unacceptable. Right now, we want our queen to come over, and Dr. V want to say a few words. Oh, Dr. V is not ready.
She's a part of
Oh, she's a part? Well, I didn't get that memo. So, yeah, I can transition out of that.
I don't want to burn the table down. It's low.
Yeah, that's real. I know it was that close.
That quick. Well, nevertheless,
I definitely want to just reiterate too about the Rayvon Shaheed. We have the information, and we can give you the email, the phone number, so you can call Dana Nesso, because it's been on our desk for 5 weeks, right? It don't take that long to be doing internal investigation and then come down with the verdict. We're waiting on her to provide an indictment to all the officers involved. Everybody's been harassed by the Michigan State Police in this community. And they only supposed to be here with the contract with the city of Flint for guns and drugs.
Yeah.
But then they also pulling you over for tail lights, bad tags, no insurance, all this other little stuff. Those are the preliminaries that they get to stop. That's the reason why they stop. Probable cause. But what we have to do is we got to hold them accountable. We will not let them run rampant in our community and think that they're going to do our people. They went down and they accosted this young man, and he ran, he fled like any other person would have done. Just walking through the store, there's no reason why you should bother me anyway. Y'all run too. Probably won't run. I have some choice words.
Oh yeah.
It'd be a showdown. But I understand at 17, you young, right? You don't move, right? But to be shot in the back and on the top of the head is insane.
Oh Lord.
And this mother who was grieving because she lost her son, who had to step in, she stepped in to receive his diploma. We attended the graduation. This young boy was graduating. He graduated last month.
Last month, yeah.
Graduated. Terrible. And the icing on the top was he wanted to be a police officer. So you see the magnitude of how they categorize us, how they see us. No matter if you're doing well, or if you might be out there trying to figure it out. They always looking at our people in an unruly way, and that's why they treat this, this community the way it is. So, definitely we need your help on that with Rayvon Shaheed. Please, make it happen when you do present, provide that information for folks, so they know how, so you know how to get involved.
Amen.
We don't want to give you a call to action without giving some information.
That's it.
We're gonna give you some information
I see.
for how you can follow up and help support this cause. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. All right, at this time, right, we are going into our last presentation for the Kwanzaa 2024-2025 year. And none other than we got our queen in the house. Let me go ahead and pick her up real quick, right? This woman is the president of APHA. You know what APHA is?
Yes, sir.
American Public Health Association.
All right.
Right? So when we talk research projects here in the community, when you do research projects, we deal with the water crisis, with the youth, the faith-based perspectives, all those different things is research. So we get a better understanding of how folks and people move, right? And then some outcomes and deliverables, so we can be able to provide some additional information for that, right? And also representing for NAACP and AXO program, working with young people all around the country, going to competitions all around the country, just really building rapport with our youth of the day.
All right.
Let's go ahead and give a round of applause for Miss Ella Green Moses. And our sister, Miss Amaria Metcalf.
I apologize, guys, for sitting, but I'm having sciatica problems.
You all right, you all right.
And
Send her some love, send her some love, good, send her some love.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Robinson. And before I even introduce myself, as far as AXO is concerned, I have to give a disclaimer. He said I was president of the American Public Health Association. I'm no longer president. I am immediate past president of the American Public Health Association. And I want to share that disclaimer because there is a current president. So we like to keep the lines clean.
Right.
I was elected in 2022 as president-elect. So in 23, I served as president-elect. This year, last year, 24, I served as president. In 2025, I'll serve as the immediate past president. And I wanted to share that little bit and just to say a little bit about that process because I'm very proud of that accomplishment, not just because of the work that I've done, but because of the work that we've done across the country, but especially here in Flint and Genesee County. I was introduced to this work by Ada Brown, and you probably remember her. She worked at the health department, a very good friend of Mrs. Eagle Deloney, who sent me to Mrs. Deloney and to interview for a job. And I went through the interview and Mrs. D didn't say anything, so I'm wondering, well, did I get the job or not? And she said, you had the job before you got here because of who sent you.
Yeah.
So connecting with public health, and just so that you know, when folk are very confused about public health is everything that has to do with us from conception to death and beyond. Public health is an umbrella that allows us to deal with everything. Everything that we do, where we live, where we work, where we play. That's public health. So don't let anybody tell you that or have you believe that you don't know what public health is. Public health is everything that has to do with you. But I wanted to share that little bit about the public health piece because the irony is that I am the first older African-American woman, non-academic, non-practice, non-degreed person to have been elected to that position in APHA's 150-year history.
All right now.
And I want you to know that because I think we need to celebrate those about 150 years. And if you look at the records, most of the presidents were doctor, someone, PhD or MD for years. And many of them were not of my hue. Many of them were not of color. So that's an accomplishment, and I want you to be able to celebrate that with me. But again, I'm Ella Green Moden, and I serve as chair of the Flint Branch NAACP ACT-SO program. And we're gonna come back to that. I said ACT-SO, right? And on behalf of the Flint Branch, President Gilchrist, my co-chair Vivian Kelly, and the ACT-SO program committee, many of whom are in the room, raise your hand, stand, and show folks that you work with ACT-SO. All right. Those in the room and online, I thank you for this opportunity to share information on this phenomenal program. And hopefully, I'll be able to leave you with a few doable asks, because I don't mind asking.
All right.
I ask a lot, and I will continue to ask. But doable asks for the 2024-25 program year. So now reflecting on, also, we have an Excel table over on the wall, and we brought some trinkets, a few things. And I want our young folk to have first dibs on those things that you can take. Now, there are a couple of things over there that you can't take, and Mr. Williamson will let you know what they are. But take some of those things so that you can remember ACT-SO.
Yes.
Because I'm hoping that when I leave here today, I will have information on every young person in this room or who was in this room.
Yes.
Regardless to how old you are. And I want to put a point on the youngest one, Mr. Bay.
Yeah.
I'm still excited.
Impressed.
I was very impressed, very excited about Mr. Bay, but I was more excited before I found out he was from Detroit. And I say that because Detroit has an ACT-SO program as well. Right? So I love getting young folk, grooming them, preparing them for ACT-SO, but I want them for Flint. Now, we could do that, but I don't play that way, because I wouldn't appreciate them coming to Flint, grabbing my students, right? But I will give you the information on the ACT-SO program in Detroit, so you can connect him, so that he can start preparing. That young man is going places. And I love it.
And then big shout out to Dad, right?
Absolutely.
Building them up, keeping them up. That's what it takes.
So we want to make sure that that information is available to you, and I'm always available, and Mr. Robinson and others here, to help you connect with whoever you need to connect with, because to get him started now and preparing himself for ACT-SO, there is nothing that he can do, because I can see it here at Oratory. He talked with passion, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna work on that.
And then too, I'll grab the questions out the chat.
Okay.
Rainey said hello, beautiful setup. And Angel said happy Kwanzaa, peace and love to you.
Thank you. Okay, so don't forget that there's a sign-in sheet on the table over there. I would love for all of you to sign up with the intent of working with us during this year. Now, if you can't work with us, we understand. But I would love to have information on everybody, because I know that you know some young folk. We need to have access to the young folk in this community. And I'm talking about African-American students.
Yes.
To start, right?
Yep.
And just as a disclaimer, we offer all 33 programs of ACT-SO. But probably 5 or 6 years ago, but reflecting on this seventh and final day of Kwanzaa and its seventh principle, which is Imani, I'm going to back up. I want to say Habarigani.
All right.
Habarigani.
Imani.
Imani.
Okay, Eric, Habarigani?
Imani.
All right. Which means what?
Faith.
Faith.
Okay. And just for the purpose of grounding our conversation today, and from a spiritual and biblical perspective, I'd like to reference the 11th chapter of Hebrews.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
The 11th chapter of Hebrews, or many times referred to as the faith chapter. Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Taken from the New King James Version.
All right.
Imani is the profound belief in and commitment to all that is of value to us as a family, a community, a people, and a culture. In the context of African spirituality, it begins with a belief in the Creator and in the positiveness of the creation, and logically leads to a belief in the essential goodness and possibility of the human personality.
All right. See.
For in all African spiritual traditions from Egypt on, it is taught that we are created in the image of the Creator, and thus capable of ultimate righteousness and creativity through self-mastery and development. Therefore, a higher level of faith in ourselves is the key here. Faith is our capacity as humans to live righteously, self-correct, supporting and caring for others, and eventually creating that desired, just, good community and society. It is important that we learn to recognize and communicate our own personal truth to the world and make our own unique contributions toward the forward flow of human history. We want to start creating history here, people. And I'm advocating that we can do that through the AXO program.
Right.
How much better would it be to learn how to do that while you're still in your youth, while still maturing, while still developing? How much better would it be? How often have we thought, wow, if I had known that, how many years ago? Right? So I'm saying, let's band together, embrace the AXO program, right? Help our young folk understand how important this program is, because I'm telling you, from day one, I was hooked. And when I went to the national competitions and saw those young folk competing in all of these different categories, I'm talking black babies, competing and singing opera, playing instruments that I didn't even know existed, right? When I saw young folk doing that and saw how our young folk here at Flint are able to do that, we have young people in Flint who are talented. Talented. They don't come to AXO and we teach them how to do any of what they do. We teach them the AXO program, but they bring the talent. So I'm asking you as adults to join me in helping our young folk understand how important it is to be part of this program. But just to get us started, what does ACT-SO stand for?
Right.
ACT-SO, A-C-T-S-O. Who knows? Absolutely. We're gonna know today.
All right.
When we leave here today, you're gonna be able to let it roll off your lips.
All right.
ACT-SO, A-C-T-S-O, stands for Academic, Cultural, Technological, Scientific, Olympics.
All right.
Okay? Academic, cultural, technological, scientific, Olympics. And let me tell you that that program is as heavy as its name.
Yes, it is.
Those books on the table back there that you're able to get, I think those are books from the 2022 national competition. I found some that I had some extras, and as long as they last, you can take them. But it will share some of the winners of those competitions. And we've been lucky, not lucky, we've been blessed.
That's it.
We've been blessed and Flint to bring home some national medals from the national competition.
Let's go, Flint.
So now what happens is, we start just like we're starting today with you getting the information. I need an application from a student. It doesn't matter what his or her grades look like. It doesn't matter if they are too shy to speak, because we can work on that. It doesn't matter what their income is, the family income, none of that matters. If they have an interest in ACT-SO, we want to work with them. Because every year after our local competition, and the local competition happens in April of every year, we have to complete our local competition by the end of April. That's from our national office, has to be done. Any number of students can compete. Any student interested in competing can compete in up to 3 categories.
All right.
Any student can win all 3 of those categories. At the local level, we offer $250 for gold, $150, I think it is, for silver, and $75 for bronze. So they can win in all 3. And we're gonna talk about how we get that money, because you're gonna be part of that too. But we want to set it up so that our students are engaged in that. So we need you to plug them in. We need the young folk who are part of your family, on your block, from your church, if you work with the school, whatever. Bring that, and we're talking for the competition. For the competition, we're talking about students who are 9th grade through 12th grade.
Right.
And I tell you that I have witnessed some 9th graders come in at the national level and clean up. So we've got some talented young folk, 9th grade through 12th grade. Now we also have an ACT-SO Explorer program, which is what I would recommend young Mr. Bay to be part of, which actually helps younger students prior to them becoming 9th grade get ready. So they understand the program. They can, check to see, so what is it that I'm good at? And they can start working on that. And they can get all the information they need. We can help them find tutors and mentors to get them ready. And this is a program where we try, and we've been very successful in not having the young folk pay out of pocket.
All right.
So when we get ready to go, and this year's competition is going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina, right? In July. In July. So our gold medalists from the local competition will be going to Charlotte, North Carolina to compete against other gold medalists from all over the country.
Okay.
Now, at the national level, they get thousands of dollars. They get laptops, they get internships, they get connected with all kinds of things. That's why it's important for us to connect our young people with this, you know, to help them understand, to help them have some faith in themselves and in their abilities and capacities, because I'll tell you something, there has never been a time that we've taken a young person to a national competition from Flint, and we were embarrassed. Never.
All right.
Never. And I'm not ashamed of this, but the judges for our local competition, I want them to know we want these young folks to go to the national competition. So don't be coming in here grading my babies with an 18. Give them some grace, because you weren't always as good as you are. Somebody had to give you some grace and mercy, right? So what we ask our judges to do, if there's something that this young person can work on, we got a couple of months, let's work on it. But score them so that they can go to the national competition, because we want our young folk to have that experience, right? So I am just honored to be serving in this position. And I say serving because it's a position of service. I love getting to know the parents. And I was so impressed by young Mr. Bay, because I can remember a young man coming to AXO in a car seat. And he stayed around long enough to compete. So that was like 9 years almost before he stayed around. Now his dad worked with us, but still he had the interest and he was part of the process. So please check out the table, ask questions. I'll give you my phone number. I have no problem with that. Area code 202-320-1123. I'll say it again, area code 202-320-1123. And yes, I do live in Flint, but I have that phone number and I've had it for a long time and I plan to keep it. So send me a text. That's the best way to get me. When you sign up, leave your phone number and your email. I can send you information on AXO, but I want your help in making AXO a success again. This is one of the successful units of AXO. They don't know who we might bring, because they know Flint is a force to be reckoned with, right? So please help me get to the young folk to get them involved in AXO, and we all will benefit. Thank you very much. And any questions?
I just want to make a quick announcement, a statement, whatnot. I also like to give a round of applause to Mario Metcalf. She's been a big part of helping my son as far as with learning, reading, comprehension, math, and everything.
Come on,
else. So I like to give her a round.
Come on now.
Let me mess with her real quick, because Ms. Metcalf, people don't know that she is the force behind a lot of different activities. And like, she doesn't like to get the recognition. It's just like how Mother Deloney was. You get to saying all these nice things about her, and they just looking at you, waving you off, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what she over here doing. So at this time, I want y'all to just give her a big round of applause.
Don't even try.
regarding AXL, he sums everything up. So I came into the life of Mrs. Marjorie Lester Irving, now Mrs. Marjorie Lester Evans, and Mrs. Eagles Malone. She introduced me to Mrs. Eagles Malone, Green, and now all of you guys, thank you. And Mr. Luther. And I came into their life when I was in the fourth grade. And these people are serious people with great intentions. They have spent their whole life and being dedicated to the city of Flint, to Genesee County, across the nation, to African Americans, because they believe in us. And they took children like me and told us that we were not for uneducated children in the city of Flint. They told us that we were rich beyond our wildest dreams. I have been a wealthy young lady since I have met these people because they have taught me so much. When I ended up paralyzed from the neck down, and I couldn't breathe, and I couldn't move, I couldn't eat, I couldn't speak, I couldn't feel. Nothing in this world mattered because at that time, I had already been so blessed to know who I was.
Come on now.
And nothing could break me. As a child, I was 17 when this injury happened, and I still was able, 100% able to do anything. And when I got my voice back, it was and I knew that I was going to only use it for amazing things. And these people that you see in this room, they are the ones that provided me that opportunity and that love and that knowledge, that integrity and dignity within myself to know that I was okay, and nothing. It is a spirit inside of me. All of us have a brain, and we have mouths, we just have skin on it. But but everything else, our brains and our mouths and our souls and our spirits are connected. And that's what you hear that comes out of us when she's saying that the AXL program is so important. It is. I am a part of Black Lives Matter, and I thank you, Mr. Robinson, and also you, Brother Roberts, for allowing me to be a part of such a dynamic group of people and, to have a mission. One thing that I didn't like was that they'll say, oh, well, if Black Lives Matter, they go and they kill our people and they talk about how bad that person was, but they haven't killed anyone. And these people are, have an opportunity to change. Say if that person was bad right into that moment. You just took their opportunity to become somebody different tomorrow. But one thing about Black Lives Matter, one thing I would like to help develop along with Axel, with our children is why their lives matter. And Axel gives us a chance to become those doctors and those scientists and, to become authors or, anything that we decide that we would like to be. They have Black doctors there. They are working on actual experiments, things that are going to change our future. And here in the city of Flint, we have a lot of great people from Terry Crews to Marissa Shields, and our future is right here. So if you want your community, your city to be something greater than what it is right now, to be better, because the government has set us up like this. They have set us up to have a downfall. That's why we don't have a national curriculum. And that's why name one school system that is a Black school system that is actually, actually succeeding. It takes for us to have our freedom here.
Come on now.
Teach our youth who we are and how important they are and who that they can be. So if you want to see your children, your future to grow, these are the people that you would like them to get in. These are the to be with, and these are the programs that you want to support, so that your you can grow and be who that need to be, you know? So I just say all of that to say, we can do this, just like the young man, Mr. Morbe was saying. You know, we can and we will, you know, and the way that we do it is we blend together as a family. It takes a village and this is a village. I'm very proud to be a part of this village.
All right.
That is a tribute to power and resilience. And, it takes a lot, right? Nothing can stop you from being your greatest self. Not injury, not anybody putting barriers in your way, nothing. So, whatever you put your mind to, you can accomplish it, you can do it, right? God is everything. So.
If I can't do it, I can tell you how to do it. If I don't know how to do it, I can go research and
We're gonna figure it out.
And I can say that having met Zamaria, when she was like 4th or 5th grade, that spirit that we saw in young Mr. Bay, it was there.
Yeah.
She's always, she had an opinion, and if she knew she was right, I'm sorry, I'm gonna digress. I remember once she was talking and I told her, Zamaria, if you say one more word, I'm taking you home. Now, you know she said one more word, right?
You take it home?
I said, home.
You took it home?
I brought her back. But I had to
That's
take
tough
her
love,
home.
though. You gotta keep the word. You gotta keep the
So
word.
we had some beautiful, beautiful situations, and she's always been a beautiful spirit. So
But you see the product of being a part of that, right?
Yeah.
You name some historical figures that she come up under.
Yeah.
So that's why she is the way that she is today.
Absolutely.
And you know, we do see that in Imani. When we see those type of, when we see those bursts of spirits, and you see like, man, they been here before. Right?
Yeah. When he told you he didn't need that paper.
He didn't need that paper. He told me too, like, oh, I don't need the paper.
And that was handicapping him, because he was trying to read it and he knew it. And that was handicapping. Many times we try to handicap, or we handicap people trying to get them to do it our way.
Right.
Instead of allowing them to do it their way.
Now, you young people, you still need the guidance from your people before you.
Right.
I understand you want to do it the way you want to do it. I always have to tell my children, right? I ain't one of them ones that let you decide, you know.
Because you don't know.
Yeah, I'm supposed to give you some guiding principles, right? But it's up to you to make the decision, right? You're going to do it the way it feels comfortable for you. As long as you have the understanding, that's the key. As long as you have the understanding of what we need to accomplish, you know about your business. Right? Foundation. Right, okay. All right.
So guys, visit my table when we're done.
So yeah, we want to make sure that you guys get all the material and information, and again, please make sure you sign up. Because again, if we're talking about faith and all the principles this week, if we're talking about a new day, or really being engaged in our community, we have to do the work. Again, we don't have really time to sit back and watch Young and the Restless. You know, we really got to be engaged in this work that's called living for one another. I think the Freedom School and all those basic things are very, very critical when we think about our health. What are we putting into our bodies? What are we eating? And a lot of times, our young people are eating things that are totally detrimental to their health. And because when you're living in food desert, or you're dealing with stratification of income, or you're dealing with a lot of the things that our community are subject to all the time when you talk about health disparity, income disparity, all these measurements that they have been researching people of color forever. I mean, people have gotten PhDs, DHDs, WWDs researching us. And the condition is still the same or even worse. Now y'all think about that. Our condition, our community, have all the money that's been spent from the health department, from all these different other agencies, have been talking about us and us and us and us, and our community is still continuing to be broken. Why? Number one, there's a system in place for that brokenness. And we have to choose to start repairing it ourselves. So again, we definitely want to get ready to close out. And thank everybody for participating. And again, we really want to give you guys some encouragement. Our office is at 2712 North Saginaw Street, next to Job Corps, where Black Lives Matter Flint Grassroots is located. We definitely need the community, more involvement. We need, a lot of times people complain about where is Black Lives Matter, or where is this group, or where is that group. No group or no individual is anything without the collective.
All right.
Can't no one person, Dr. King couldn't do it by himself.
Not at all.
James Farmer, Fannie Lou Hamer, again, they was the spirit, but again, it was a collective effort. Even when you think about Mother Methune, and some of you guys may have watched the Netflix series of 6888 about our sisters in World War II. I mean, it's those things, man, that so often, over 75 years, most of us, even I, as much as I know about Black history, I didn't know about these sisters. And again, that's intentional, to make sure that we don't know the greatness of our people. And we must stop this. We must talk to a lot of our griots, our older parents, our older grandparents, and great-grandparents, if they're still alive. You guys start reconnecting to family. Start asking those questions about, well, Granddad, how did you meet Grandma?
Yeah.
How did you take her out? Where your first date?
Right.
Go buy a soda pop? I mean, you know, all those kind of things. You want to ask your great-grandparents. You want to get in the groove so you can see where you're from, where you connected to, and then understand your present and how you engage in your future. Because we got to teach these young people. If we want something different and stop complaining in our community and stop this murder and killing, again, I don't know if you guys ever pay attention, but if you go down, start at Saginaw Street on Pearson Road, go through Saginaw and Pearson Road, and go all the way to Cloud Road. Have anybody ever counted the number of liquor stores in those 2.5 mile radius?
Yeah.
From Saginaw and Pearson all the way down to Clio and Pearson Road, the number of liquor stores that's in that little strip that's not known, that are not owned by people that look like you or I. And the kind of money. So, I always like to give y'all some homework before we close out. Some homework, find out how many liquor stores in that area. Another homework is, there's a new book out, you can get it on audio. It's called The Coming by Dr. Daniel Black. It's called The Coming. I guarantee you guys, if you guys read this book or get it on audio, it will change your life. It's that profound. It's one of those books that will change your thinking of yourself as a person. Daniel Black. Dr. Daniel Black. He teaches at, historically Black college. I can't think of enough of it. But again, we're going to be working on January the 25th. We want to do a world premiere for Clarissa Shields' movie. We're trying to get our community to put together a world premiere to honor that sister and get our whole community to come out and do a red carpet kind of affair. And so that's something I'm hoping you young people and some of the people that's on the media platforms, we want to try to get this out and encourage our community to get some steam behind. Let's honor this sister. We're going to try to connect with this sister, get her to come here, to come and be a part of the world premiere. And that's something that we want to try to do as a community. When we think about collective work and getting our community engaged in doing some things ourselves, this is the kind of act that we have to be engaged in, guys. Right. So please keep that in mind. And again, we can't ask you guys enough. A lot of times people complain and don't want to do anything until you are faced with either a medical situation or something catastrophic. Let's start working on our community before something catastrophic happens. Let's all of us start really doing some things, guys, together, collectively, where we start building our communities, one another, and then we can work on some other things. And again, I thank you guys for participating with the conference. Thank you for coming out, experiencing this event. And we're looking for bigger and brighter things for next year. But it continues every day. Again, Kwanzaa is every day. Not just today. Black history is every day. Not just one day. Your history is every day. Each one of you guys are your own CEO, and you are engaged in history every breath you take. Every breath you take is a historical achievement. Everything that you do is historical. Because there ain't nobody bad like you. Well, come down.
Okay. Now, just give brother we definitely want you to take hold to it. Be sure to take note of everything that was said. And also, if you signed in, the sign-in sheet should be around here somewhere. But if you sign in, then we'll be able to send that information out. About 20,000. And of course, following up with you all. See, we can kind of find a way to do Kwanzaa, maybe quarterly throughout the year, so we just don't wait till a whole another year to do Kwanzaa together. But we can find ways to do it intertwined during the year. Like that, huh? Okay. So we will definitely be following up. So please sign in the sign-in sheet. Make sure you get your information so we can connect. Right? Okay. At this time, we want to bring Ms. Delilah. Delilah Robinson, you ready?
I'm Delilah Robinson. I'm 14 years old. I go to Grandpa High School and I'm in the 9th grade. These are just like closing off words for like today. Today is Imani, which means faith, and here's a quote by Harriet Tubman. If you hear dogs, keep going. If you see torches in the woods, keep going. If they're shouting after you, keep going. Don't ever stop. If you want to taste of freedom, keep going.
All right.
She does a little research every day before Kwanzaa. She wants to present these things. So got the head She's another Freedom School youth, right?
Yes.
So just like you have Monty, you have Delilah, you have Alan. Let's spend sense of love for Alan and Elaine.
Yeah.
All those brothers along these great. But we definitely, they all just some great children.
Yeah.
They got it in them. So it's up to us to nurture. Okay, and at this time, we have all the young people to step up front. We know it's our time. Our young people, the fruits, close out our program, everything. Yeah, that's it. Look at them coming up. Make some noise while they coming up.
This is how we greet the students. They be excited to see you come in. What's going on?
Amen. Brother Mike.
What's up, big D? Good. What's up, little man?
Baby. You say you from Detroit. You do.
What's up, big guy?
Brother Dewan. Mr. Robinson.
Yes, ma'am.
Please remind the people that at the end, when we finish the day, they can have all the fruits and vegetables off the table because it is the last day.
You heard Bishop, listen, everything in the building must go.
Every day, I was taking some every day.
Get all this food off the table, take it with you, all the apples.
I was gonna get it all.
Yeah, when we wrap up, you can take it. When we wrap up, you can take it. You can take that, this bag is back here in the back provided by Sister Muhammad. So we got some activities, some crayons in there, some Kwanzaa gifts, all right? Kwanzaa, all gifts made during Kwanzaa are handcrafted. So we got some things, items back here in the back for the children.
And don't forget the axle table.
Don't forget the access table, please. And then, we got some stuff items. So we got stuff for you, right?
Now, I do have an announcement before we dismiss. On January the 19th, Caution and many other groups working together, we'll have Christmas in January for the homeless. We'll do a complete meal for the homeless. We'll give them a necessity bag with socks, hand warmers, toothpaste, toothbrushes, we give them a goodie bag.
Yeah.
And a sleeping bag or a blanket.
Beautiful.
That's on the 19th. You don't have to be homeless to come eat, but this was designed for the homeless so that we will be a blessing.
Where is that again?
That is January the 19th at the Center of Hope, right down there on
downtown.
Route 718 Brook Street, which is right off right off
Fifth
5th
Street.
Just west of Sac.
at 1 p.m.
Beautiful.
And then also, yes, ma'am.
There's some shoes that were donated, it's for anyone who's interested, mainly ladies, know somebody who can use them, they're like church, or like church shoe dresses in the back, in the lobby. For anyone to take.
It's in the lobby.
In the lobby.
Okay.
Okay.
And another thing, that those of you that are, this your first time here today, Dr. E. Hill Deloney, we are here today because her vision, her education, that she taught us what Kwanzaa was in Freedom School, and she went on this year, last year now. But we do have a scholarship fund that we will continue to be a blessing, continue to raise up nations that will obey. So if you want to be a part of the scholarship fund, we welcome you to give. You can give through Givelify, or a note you can give through GoFundMe. Thank you. Thank you. Or either if you'd like to write a check. So these are some of the things that we want to let you know that are going on, that we will continue to bring to our community, to continue to let the vision live. Thank you.
We will be following up with Juneteenth this year. Right? We just started, our meetings go on Monday. Monday at 5:30, we encourage everybody to participate because we did 19 days last year. Wow. That was a phenomenal feat, right? We was all around the city, we had banners all around, we had outstanding attendance every day, it was just amazing. So our thing is continue to keep building up on that process. We want to make sure that we build up on what we did last year, and let's be stronger. Beautiful. So we meet 5:30 on Monday, just an hour for planning. We got an idea, concept, what it brings.
Where we meet at again?
So we meet two things. We do hybrid. We can meet at the building, 2712 North Saginaw Street, at the Black Lives Matter office, or we meet on Zoom. So you have both opportunities. Either way, whatever's coming for you. But if you can make yourself available, if you're interested in being a part of the committee, right? You can see myself, Brother Roberts, Sister Metcalf, Sister Audrey. Just let us know that you want to be on the committee. We get the information for you. Black Lives Matter meets on Tuesdays at 7:30. We will also be calling in different organizations and featured presenters. If you got an idea, you got a concept, or you need to put a tip on something, we're going to make sure that space is available. So 7:30 on Tuesdays. If you got a concern, don't wait until something catastrophic happens. Right? Don't wait till it already happened. Right? If you got something brewing, something going on, you make sure you put it out there beforehand, right? You got a scratch on your arm, you gonna put a Band-Aid on it. You ain't gonna wait until it get infected, right? You gotta go back and do all the extra stuff. So let's be proactive, not reactive.
All right. I see.
Big shout out to our presenter today. A few shout outs too just going down. Once again, big shout out to Mrs. Metcalf. Big shout out to my brother, my ace boom boom, Hubert Naeem Roberts. Big shout out to our Reverend Threadfield, Coming down, let's give a big shout out to Miss Dr. Tiffany Quinn right here. All right. Got the whole team in the house. Of course, nevertheless, big shout out to Bishop Jefferson. Bishop. We appreciate it. Coming down the line, moving down, right? We got our songstress who leads us and lifts every voice every year, right? Let's give a big round of applause. Brother Karen, let's say Brother Karen, Sister Audrey, and Sister Simpson, right? They were
Tell Karen what that means, though.
yesterday, right? And next year, we have a feast. We're gonna make a big feast. But every day, let's do some small stuff. Let's put some things together daily. Well, you know, we put a budget together and we'll make sure we got something to eat.
Yes.
Right? That brings people together. And, you know, they can't listen on empty stomach. And then also, big shout out to Brother Jaleel X in the house. Right? Big shout out to the children holding it down. I gotta say, Juan Robinson Jr. was holding down the video, got the camera work for y'all, did it on the platform, big shout out, brother. They stepping up, right? We need to step in place. Big shout out to Delilah for providing the message every day, right? Big shout out to McKenna. Big shout out to McKenna. Delivering the message every day, everything that we need. We appreciate her. Imani. Big shout out to Imani holding down, making sure that she's good to go. And big shout out to Imani. Imani, you made a big right? You did well. And then all our other children, our team right here, right? What's your name? AJ? Jaden? Jaden, AJ? TJ. Let's give a round of applause. And then a big support and shout out to everybody who came to Kwanzaa, right? Everybody online, we see you online. We got to do more interaction online, because I think they're trying to say some things. Right. And I don't know if we captured everything. So we have to be on point with that. Right? Okay. Right. All right. And thank you, Mother Deloney, for bringing this concept. Thank you, Lord, for Dr. E.L. Deloney. Still among us, and we appreciate her. You know, we are because she was. Right. All right, with that being said, I'm turning it over to the youth, and they're going to close it right on out. It's on you all.
Yes.
All right.
Health and wellness. Health and wellness. Gotta have health and wellness.
All right, young people. Come on, y'all. Come on, young people. Come on, guys, back up. Harambe! 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 Harambe!
Now, what does Harambe mean? Pull it together. So y'all put it together when y'all do that. Great job.
Woo, beautiful.
All right, give a round of applause. Young people, don't pack. Get the fruit. Get the fruit. Go get the fruit. All right, you did good. I'm proud of you. You did it. Hear something? Thank you all, everybody on Zoom. Thank you. Huh? You talking to me or you talking to Boomer? Oh. He gonna come with you. You just gotta wrap this stuff up.
Okay, it's been going pretty well, actually, yes, of course, we got practices. Giving guidance and direction. The first day we kicked off was ultimate zero. Alright, so the first thing first, like black man represents black people. We have to be unified. So that's the first thing. Or you can do this any other day. You have to practice unity. And I'm talking about being genuine about you. Not just saying being unity, being unified. I'm saying really being about the business, right? Really being about what you got to do. That's a real concept. Humanity is all that. We have all these different finances. That was the first one. The second day was determination. Determination is the key factor. We have always diligent and action. We have to get back. That's a determination. Kids having all these barriers that we face, construction and systemic racism. We have to fight through that. We have to persevere. We've always done it. We're going to continue. Remember, the world is waiting on black people. Day 3 is Ujima. Ujima is collective work and responsibility. Everybody play a part in it. Everybody has a role. Right? When you're in a machine, every component is important. It don't matter if it's big piece or small piece. At the end of the day, it takes everything and everyone to make this machine. That's what we have to work out. The fourth day is Ujama, which we had to practice Ujama, which is cooperative economics. Cooperative economics, we hosted it at the Northland Food Market, the Gary Event Center, which is the Ujama Market. It was a phenomenal event. Right? It was just great to be in the store.
Great job, young man.
That's your fucking fault right there. That's your fucking right there. This is I don't know who fucked that.
It was just on the table. And it's January the 19th, so. That's my cell phone. You fill out any paperwork over there? I need your information. I can get in touch with you again.
All right.
If we can make this happen this year, you're a junior? Yeah, you only got one more year. Say it again. I'm sorry, baby, I can't hear. Delilah. Delilah.
Yeah, I got right coffee.
So there's a book over there that I'm going to tell Mr.
Hey, Dawn, who's that chair? Who's that chair?
Mr. Williamson to give you. And I'm going to ask you to read it to the younger kids, but it's connected with access. The access.
Black bag, the duffel bag. Oh. They put it out. He already put it out. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something for you in 6 years. Y'all can help me, okay? All right, thank you. Right as I said, so oh, that's your ring.
And counting on each other again. We did it when we first came out of slavery.
He just acted out. That's all I'm gonna do. All right. I'm gonna get on here.
Where the laptop go on? The stand where you standing? In the middle. Huh? You put in the car already? Really? Where the ring at? Where it go?
We're gonna start doing this.
Ring light too? The ring light in the stand? Okay, then you got this too.
I just like to tell you, Sharon called me, and she's not feeling well. Lay down. All right.
Where my phone at? Oh, you quick get off and say I move everything over there. Okay.
I just sent Delilah a video when she was in the